Welcome to Eye in the Sky Drones. Today we took a look at a feature that's not usually seen or not really talked about a lot in the DJI drones, and that is Active Track Spotlight. What is Active Track Spotlight? Spotlight is when the drone is stationary and it's active track, and it doesn't have to be stationary, so I'll talk a little bit about that. But the drone stays in one spot, and you draw a box around your subject, and the drone will track that subject staying from that one spot. That is on a moving object. Active Track Spotlight also works great on items that are stationary or static items. And when you use Active Track Spotlight in those scenarios, you can fly the drone around um, while it just stays focused on that subject. So if you have a hard time flying and focusing in on the subject, Active Track Spotlight will be great for you. You can get good camera angles and good views using it, and it's awesome. It's not a real talked about Active Track feature. Of course, there's Profile where you go from the side, and then there's the one that follows you. But Spotlight is something great, especially for static items. You can fly all around while the camera still focuses on the item. That's the great part about Active Track Spotlight. If it's a moving object, of course you can plant your drone somewhere in the sky, put Active Track Spotlight on, and it will follow that person, animal, or whatever it may be around from that one position. So it's a great feature. In the next few clips, we'll take a look at that in action. So in this clip here, you see we have a static object, and what we do is we fly to our desired position, draw a box around it, and then it's ready to go. Once it's locked onto that object, we can move our drone anywhere around, and the camera will stay focused on this. So in this clip here, I tried panning to the right, going to the right a little bit, and the camera stays focused on that one center position. Same if I go up or if I go down or ascend or descend, the camera will stay focused on that same position. Flying to the left a little bit just to see, how the camera would do. So it's a static, non-moving object, so it's easier for the camera to focus on it. One thing that I did find about Spotlight is if you're flying over the subject, pressing forward on the control sticks, the drone itself will swivel around to still face that object. The only thing, once it swivels around, you're now facing backwards. Normally, the direction your drone faces is the direction of movement on the stick, but in Active Track Spotlight, once it swivels around, the drone will continue in that same direction where it originally was going. A lot of the toy drones have this, and it's called headless mode. So if you look right here, I'm pressing forward on the sticks, and the drone automatically turns itself around just to keep the object in view. And if I continue to press forward, the drone will now fly backwards while it's still recording. So it still is focusing on the item on its own. I'm not doing anything to manually control the camera or move the camera. This is the drone just purely using AI to focus on the item. It's pretty cool. It helps you get, if you're not good at, maneuvering the camera and focusing at the same time, this is a very good tool. If you have a still subject that you want to get different angles from, it can help you out a lot. This option was not found in previous smaller drones, but the Mavic 2 has it. The Mavic Air has Spotlight too. It doesn't work on the same par as Spotlight with the Mavic 2, but it's great. The Mavic Air 2, of course, has it, and they've stepped it up a bit. So this is Spotlight. As you can see, I'm still focused in. And this is on a static object. And just coming around, just trying out the controls to see if it loses focus or if there's any scenario where it can't really focus in on. But it does a great job with a stationary object. You can basically fly all around and it will still keep track of that object. That's the great thing about Spotlight. It gives you a little bit of freedom for creativity. You can fly in a certain pattern to get that specific shot just the way you want it, and Spotlight gives a chance for that. It's a really good feature of Active Track that is not used as often. I've had my Mavic 2 for a while and didn't get a chance to use it. Now this is a scenario of Spotlight using a moving subject where I'm going to just plant the drone in the air and let it follow me while it's staying still. So again, I draw the box around me, And now the drone is in one spot. I'm not using the controls and I'm moving around. The drone stays in that stationary position, but yet it follows me it tracks me as I move around. Now normally in active track the drone physically follows you, not in spotlight. The drone stays in that one position but changes camera angles so you can move about freely while it's perched in the sky to follow you. That's the great thing about spotlight. You can get pretty good footage, and it gives you less times behind the sticks so you can do what you need to do. Well, that's about all from Eye in the Sky Drones. As I always love to say, be safe and have fun flying, and we'll see you next time.